Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Nama saya Muhammad bin Hafizi. Pada hari ini kumpulan saya akan membentangkan tentang topik 5 iaitu berkaitan dengan power and politics. Dalam tajuk ini mempunyai 2 subtopik iaitu power and politics. Kita pergi yang pertama iaitu concept of power in organization. Apa itu power? Bermaksud kemampuan atau keupayaan seseorang individu untuk melakukan sesuatu perkara dengan cara tersendiri. Yang kedua adalah kemampuan atau keupayaan seseorang individu untuk menarik atau mempengaruhi orang lain dalam melakukan sesuatu perkara. Yang ketiga, kemampuan seseorang individu untuk mengarah atau mengawal orang lain. Yang tokoh pertama mengatakan define power as a control over one's life. Pay is not about power. Pay is about given up power to get the power of pay. Tokoh yang kedua mengatakan power is at the not or the human experience or attitude and belief. Positive or negative are all extension of how we define and use power. Maksudnya macam mana kita menggunakan kuasa, sama ada ke arah positif ataupun ke arah negatif. Dalam base of power mempunyai dua kategori iaitu formal and personal. Untuk formal dia lebihkan kepada position dan untuk personal dia lebihkan kepada pengikut, iaitu untuk formal kita ada coercive power, yang kedua adalah reward power, and the last one is the legitimate power. Untuk personal kita ada expert power, yang kedua kita ada referent power. Yang pertama adalah coercive power. Apa itu coercive power? Maksudnya ciri-ciri yang tegas ada pada bos ataupun leader. Contohnya lah, bos bagi kita task yang perlu kita siapkan pada tarikh tersebut. Apa yang terjadi sekiranya kita tidak siapkan kerja tersebut? Mungkin kita kena didenda ataupun kena hukuman lah. Ada kebaikan dan ada keburukan. Kebaikannya memberi pekerja lebih berdisiplin, lebih dapat menyiapkan kerja dengan lebih awal. Untuk disadvantage, saya rasa dia akan memberi pekerja tersebut hilang semangat, akan memberikan pekerja tersebut akan berasa bosan, dia akan rasa macam marah. Di situlah untuk coercive power. Untuk yang kedua adalah reward power. Apa itu reward power? Maksudnya leader yang sentiasa memberi pujian atau menaikkan gaji. Contohnya bila pekerja tersebut prestasi pekerja tersebut baik, jadi leader akan memberi salary good iaitu tangible. Untuk intangible mungkin mendapat pujian atau apa-apa motivate lah. Di sini kita dapat reward. Di sini kita dapat lihat iaitu reward power is the ability to give all with the whole reward, salary increase, bonus, promotion, recommendation. Untuk yang ketiga adalah legitimate power. Apa itu legitimate power? Refer to the power that is inherent in the position and authority of an individual within an organization. This scope of legitimate power is determined by job description of an individual. Maksudnya legitimate power ni dia mengikut position, maksudnya ranking dalam organisasi tersebut. Contohnya kita ada CEO yang lebih atas daripada kita, so dia akan membuat keputusan. So di sini adalah legitimate power. refer to the ability to influence other because of the position on hold in the organization. Okay, yang keempat adalah expert power, iaitu personal, yang macam saya cakap tadi. Apa itu expert power? Expert power is the power based open employee perception that a manager or some other member of an organization has high level. Okay, maksudnya apabila kita mempunyai kepakaran tertentu, jadi kita mempunyai kuasa untuk membuat sesuatu keputusan. Contohnya macam kita mahir dalam sesuatu bidang, contoh dalam bidang perikanan, so di situ orang akan merujuk kepada kita. Sebab apa? Kita lebih tahu tentang kerja tersebut. Contohnya eksekutif, dia lebih tahu selok belok dalam sebuah organisasi. Dia tahu apa kerja A, apa kerja B. So sebab dia eksekutif kan. So expert power is okay, ini kita dapat lihat expert power is based on the target perception that the influencer has special knowledge. Maksudnya dia lebih pengetahuan, useful expertise that the target does not possess, maksud tidak mempunyai. Yang terakhir adalah reference power. Reference power is power of an individual over the team of followers based on a high level of identification with admiration or payoff or respect for the power holder or leader. Maksudnya reference power ni dia lebihkan kepada orang yang mempunyai pengikut yang ramai. Contohnya siapa yang famous dalam dalam dunia bisnes? Contohnya Bill Gates ke, Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg ke, what else lah. Kita dapat lihat yang personality dia punya karisma tu dapat mempengaruhi orang lain. Itu saja daripada saya berkaitan dengan base of power. Kita pergi ke tajuk seterusnya.
And hi, my name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Samsudin. Okay, so I will explain about power or influence tactic is ways in which individuals translate power base into specific action. Okay, influence tactic have 9: legitimate, rational perception, inspirational appeal, consultation, exchange, personal appeals, agitation, pressure, coalition. Okay, so I will explain this to next slide. Okay, first, legitimating or silent authority is seeks influence through persuading others that the request is something they should comply with given their situation or position. Second, assertiveness is seeks influence through include repeatedly making requests, setting timelines for project completion, or expressing anger toward individuals who do not meet expectation. Third, inspirational appeal is seeks influence through making an emotional request or proposal that arouses enthusiasm by appealing to other value and ideal or by increasing their confidence that they can succeed. Okay. Fourth, coalition. Coalition is seeks influence through the aid of others to persuade them to do something or use the support of others as an argument for them to agree. 5. Upward appeal is seeks influence through the approval or acceptance of those in higher position within the organization prior to making a request of someone. 6 is rational perception is Six, influence through logical argument and factual evidence to persuade others that a proposal or request is viable and likely to result in task objective. 7. Ingratting is 6. Influence through getting others in a good mood or to think favorably of them before asking them to do something. Okay. 8. Exchange is 6. Influence through making explicit or implicit a promise that others will receive rewards or tangible benefit if they comply with a request or remind others of a favor that should be recuperated. Lastly, consultation is 6. Influence through involving others participants on making a decision or planning how to implement a purpose, policy, strategy or change. So, that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning. So my name is Muhammad Firdaus. So today I will talk about political behavior. So political behavior is organizational politics. So what is organizational politics? Organizational politics are informal, unofficial, and sometimes behind the scenes effort to sell idea, influence an organization, increase power, or achieve other target objective. So organisation politis adalah tidak rasmi dan dilakukan secara rahsia untuk menjual idea, mempengaruhi organisasi, meningkatkan power, kekuatan dan mencapai objektif lain yang disasarkan. So political behavior ni dia terbahagi kepada dua. Satu, legitimate political behavior. Yang kedua ialah illegitimate political behavior. So political power in action. Activity that are not required as part of one's formal role in the organization, but that influence or attempt to influence the distribution of advantages or disadvantages within the organization. So legitimate political behavior is normal everyday politics seperti complaint, bypassing, obstructing. Yang kedua ialah illegitimate political behavior. Yang ni ialah extremate political behavior that violates the implicit rule of the game, seperti sabotage, whistleblowing and symbolic protest. So yang kedua ialah consequence of power. Consequence of power ialah akibat kuasa. Yang ni akibat kuasa dia ada tiga. Satu, komitmen. Yang kedua, compliance. Yang ketiga, resistance. Yang sebelah kiri dia pula ialah source of power, sumber kuasa dia. So, sumber kuasa untuk komitmen ialah aspect power dengan reference power. Aspect power, reference power ni ialah kekuatan ahli dengan kuasa rujukan. So, kalau kedua-dua ni dia akan menunjukkan kepada komitmen. Yang kedua pula compliance. Compliance ni ialah pematuhan. Pematuhan ni demi sumber kuasa dia ialah legitimate power dengan reward power, iaitu kuasa yang sah dengan kuasa ganjaran. Dia punya akibat kuasa dia ialah pematuhan, compliance. Yang last sekali adalah resistance. Resistance ni ialah rintangan. Dia punya sumber kuasa dia ialah paksaan. So kalau paksaan ni dia punya akibat dia akan jadi kepada rintangan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Zurhizham. Today I'm going to share about factors that influence politic behavior. Okay. In this slide, as you can see, they can be divided into two factors, which is individual factor and organizational factor. Okay. For the individual factor, they have high self-monitor, internal locus of control, high match personality, organizational investment, and perceived job alternative. Okay, let's go one by one. Okay, for the individual factor, means that for the high self-monitor, means that employees are more sensitive to social cues. Indirectly, employees are good in social and politics. Next, we go to the individual with an internal locus of control. Okay, employees are more prefer to take a proactive stand. What is proactive stand? Proactive stand is a attitude. With which attitude? The responsible, less sensitive, and more independent. So, with their attitude, they can manipulate and face a bad situation very well. Next, we go to the perceived job alternative. The more alternative job opportunities an individual has due to a favorable job market or the position of scarce skills or knowledge, commitment, regulation, or influence contact outside the organization, the more likely that individual is risk eliminate politic action. Okay, we move to another part, which is organizational factor. As you can see in the slide, they have many factors that can result a good favorable outcome or bad unfavorable outcome. Okay, so let's go one by one to see how good its favorable outcome will be. Okay, for the first one is promotion opportunity. Means that employee can encourage people to complete limited resources. An employee can try positively influence the decision outcome so that employee can make a good favorable outcome. Next is low trust. Low trust is trust in Malay means kepercayaan. Okay, why do I say is kepercayaan in this case? For this case, we can say that the higher of level of political behavior, the more political behavior will be eliminated kind. What is illegal kind, such as corruption in the company uh, between the employee. Next is role ambiguity, means that is prescribed behavior of the employee are not clear. Means that behavior of employee is not clear. Okay, next is unclear performance evaluation system. We can detect this with this section, which is subject performance criteria, single outcome measure, the amount of time that elapses between an action and its appraisal. Next is zero-sum reward practice. We can also call that win or loss approach. That means treats the reward pie as fixed, that any gain one person or group achieve has to come at the expenses of another person group. Next is democratic decision. Managers in this organization are being asked to behave more democratically. They are told that they should allow employees to advise them on decisions, and they should rely to a greater extent on the group input into the decision process. Democratic decision is leader is control everything. Employees don't have a power. Okay. Next is high performance pressure. The more pressure that employees feel to perform well, the more likely they are going to engage in politicking. The last one is self-serving senior manager. When employees see the people on the top engaging in political behavior, especially when they do the successful and are rewarded for it, a climate is created that support politicking.
Okey, itu sahaja daripada kumpulan kami. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.